He is live. Might have to look. Hear us that way.
Hang on, we already got one on there.
Jesus.
Oh, wound up on it all, huh?
That one person that has joined us already. Oh, they're gone. All right. Well, we won't have to explain ourselves that way, I guess.
Everyone can speak this too.
Two of them.
Fired up already.
Yeah, fired up. The people that are watching, if you are watching, just maybe comment, make sure that everything's rolling smooth on this right now, because we are at a new place on Hartwell and we're hooked to the Wi-Fi. It seems like it's running good on our end, but just want to make sure of that. Happy Easter to you as well there, Connor. Can you hear us good? Everything seems clear on your end? Maybe, maybe not. He hasn't said anything back yet. Sounds good. All right. That's what we like to hear. Keep us posted as this goes on. We're going to start this here in a few minutes, but as this thing gets fired off, if there is a time where we start lagging or something, definitely comment to us so we know what's going on. Try to do our best we can with Wi-Fi. Like I said, we got full bars here on Wi-Fi, so I'm hoping everything's good. But just keep us in the loop if all possible. So. We appreciate you guys jumping on. Like I said just a little bit ago, for the people that are already on here, I see the numbers are starting to go up. We'll kick this thing off right at 8 o'clock Eastern here. We know it's a weird day. It's Easter, so if you guys couldn't jump on here, we get it. But for the people that have jumped on already, that's pretty awesome, taking time out of your Sunday on Easter to spend time with us three yahoos.
They're right. A lip pillow.
Mm-hmm. A big boy lip pillow.
Ain't good. He's gonna be down in he's gonna be fired up here. We'll get some good commentary out of you this week.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't see. My eyes are getting terrible. I can't see
very good
anymore.
I can read good.
I can't even see.
I can't either.
That says I can see Lucky Lure Tackle, probably just because I know when I seen the Lucky part on it.
And Connor McCullum fishing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see it. Takes me just a while to zone in on it.
We got 7 that are dialed in so far on our views. Now down to 6. Somebody didn't like us. You know what I mean?
Still got a couple more minutes. What do you think we're going to talk about tonight?
Oh, we got plenty to talk about.
We need to talk about our eye sacks. I can't see none of that.
We had a big off week. I think we were on the water
every day.
Literally, right?
We were.
Yeah, because yesterday we went too.
Yeah, we went for a little while. Today's the only day we didn't get on the water.
Yeah. Travel day.
It was a weird travel. It was only like an hour and 45 minutes to get here, but it seemed like
a little long.
Day.
Well, Bass Pro definitely added a little time.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Go there and spend more money.
Had a coupon.
Coupon. Oh, coupon. Luke didn't have a coupon. He didn't make the classic.
Didn't make the classic. It's not going to happen this year.
No, dialing the ship back in.
We're going to get fired back up.
What do we got here?
Are you in right now or out?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in.
You are in?
7.
I figured you would be.
About 4 more top 10s and I'll be right where I need to be.
Look at that. YouTube fired up. Watch live now.
1 minute. You going to start us off?
I'll kick her off and let you boys run with it. Wait for the clock to tick. 8. Looks like it's done it. All right, guys, welcome back to another Tourney Talk. Happy Easter to everyone. We appreciate anybody jumping on here tonight. We know it's not the most ideal day to jump on, but we have a busy week coming up. These guys are practicing the next 3 days, pretty much daylight to dark, and then tournament here on Hartwell will kick off on Thursday. So we figured the only day we got before, obviously, as soon as this tournament's over, we're all heading home for a whole solid week.
Yeah.
And then we head to Lake Fork. So this was the best time to jump on here. So again, happy Easter. Appreciate you guys jumping on here. We are just coming off an off week. We stayed with all of our buddies on Lake Murray. Some of the best dudes, best wives, best girlfriends. The whole clan over there on Lake Murray is some of the best people in the country. They put us up. Chris and Anna put us up at their house all week long. And we fished Murray. And we fished offshore out of Charleston. Monticello. We fished every day. We literally just got done talking about it before we went live here. We have fished every single day except for today. It was a travel day. So with that, I'll let these boys jump into it, kind of give you a rundown of what we did all off week, and let's kind of go from there.
Have we done anything since the Pascatank?
That's what I was just
Yeah, we closed up Pascatank.
Did we talk with? I didn't know if we talked about it.
Because we did that Monday night.
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. Then we said we had a big week this week. Yeah, this week was fun. Got a lot of content done we needed to get done. A lot of stuff with Falcon, Exotic, War Eagle, stuff like that. Yum. We got a lot of stuff done that we needed to get done. And, everybody thinks it's all about fishing all the time. And it is. Don't get me wrong. We do get to enjoy our fishing, but it's a lot of getting content and, getting stuff done for sponsors. It takes, there's a lot of time, a lot of editing Aaron does, and, not just us fishing and stuff like that. So, but luckily, Murray's fishing good. I think it always fishes good. Like it's got so many, it probably has the most per capita fish from 3 to 4 pounds than anywhere I've fished, it seems like. There's just a lot of quality fish in that lake. And then we got to do some, we got to kind of enjoy what we did. But, we went out, I think me and you fished 3 days on Murray, just straight bass fishing. One day we got to go, all of us went out with our good buddy Docs, and he took us out striper fishing. And I have not striper fished, actually just striper fished. You pull up on a point at Texoma or something like that, and you catch stripers, and you're normally just throwing them back because you're tired of catching the dang things. But that was a fun experience for all of us. Doc's, he's top notch, good guy, and we just have a lot of fun with him. He's a hoot. And then our good buddy Hampton, we're actually staying at his mom's this week here on Hartwell. Him and Renabon, we all went out and went offshore, and that was I think we went 75 miles initially. I think it felt like eternity. We got out there and we caught us some mahi. That's what it was. Those green, the real pretty green and yellow fish. And then we done that for a good while, and the wind, we considered it gassing. They were like, this is just normal for out here. We're like, well, this is not normal for us. One of us kind of got sick. But beside the point, we did the dolphin or mahi fishing for a while, and Ham's like, hey, I want to take you guys in and we're going to bottom fish. And that was cool. Like I've never not been able to turn a fish in my life. And you take giants, they look like spoons to us, and had 3 or 4 hooks on them. You drop them down 200 foot on braid with, what was it, like 80-pound leader?
Yeah.
And they weren't big rods. Like they weren't big surf rods like we expected. And you would drop down there and we'd put whatever type of bait we were using. We'd, chunk it up. You drop it down there and you'd rip it up as hard as you could. And about the 10th rip, you'd rip it up, and it was like hooking onto a damn school bus. And you'd and of course, all of us are just hooting and hollering, giving each other hell, not being able to get them up. And it was nuts. Like you would fight these fish. Just doubled up hard as you could pull on them, and they'd still suck you back down and get you in the rocks and stuff. It was.
Then we finally got some big ones coming our way, and
sharks ate them.
Sharks ate them.
Like literally, like all the way to the gill plate on our fish would eat the fish from us. So, and then we caught some African pompano or however they were
Something
saying it.
really cool.
We caught several of them. It was a lot of fun doing that.
If you haven't seen them or don't know what they are, look them up. It's definitely worth it. My brother had no idea when I texted him, and he looked them up, and his response was like, "That is the coolest fish I've ever seen."
Yeah.
Like literally,
They were
are
cool.
awesome.
But we caught one. It looked like it had like spines and
Got 2 of them.
yeah, it was, and they're like, put it in the boat. I'm like, that thing looks like it could kill me. So we took the pliers. You caught a barracuda.
Caught a barracuda.
That was pretty cool. Those things would mess you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big time if you
I'd hate
touch
to
their
lift
teeth.
that.
Yeah. But we lost several fish. Like you would be, I mean, like you said, you're just winching on these things. I mean, all you're doing is holding on for dear life. So it was really awesome to experience it. I mean,
We're all bruised too.
oh yeah, you're beat up from, I mean, and it was something. And
That's gonna be my excuse this week. My
yeah,
arms are hurting.
ain't no joke. But I definitely got sick. I wasn't ever just super sick, but it was enough that Luke was leaning over the side of the boat a couple of times before we finally come back in. It was one of those days you didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Because every drop or every little, he would come across that ledge and you would get throttled.
Oh.
And it was literally like getting a school bus. I mean, you would hit it and he was going the other way when you'd hit him too. So that was an experience. I mean, obviously I'll never forget. I mean, finally got to go out and do it. I've been out one other time offshore, and I didn't feel too hot then, but I didn't throw up. But we had a blast doing that. I mean, it's definitely something. The bucket list has been checked off on doing that, and appreciate Ham and Renavon taking us out though. That was a lot of fun. All we did was drop out. I mean, they'd help us rig up, and once we got the gist of it, it was fun. It was as close to bass fishing for 50-pounders as I've ever done in my life. So it was pretty awesome. And the only thing we didn't do, we didn't bring any of that damn fish with us.
No, we left the fish there for those guys to enjoy, but they cleaned them. We literally showed up, we went fishing, got off the boat we left the house at
2:30.
We got up at 2:10. I got y'all out of bed at 2:10.
No, I was in the shower.
He was in the shower. Well,
I got up on my own.
He got me up at 2:30.
We left Ham's house at 3 a.m. and we got back at 8:30 that night. So I mean, it was a full day. It was a long day. I mean, and you get beat up out there. I mean,
Literally.
Literally my sides bruised, my knees are bruised. Like,
Luke's got a bloody nose.
Yeah.
I forgot about
You gotta
that.
tell him that.
We Aaron
He
finally
actually got his butt kicked.
Yeah, literally. Aaron got out there and he's like, "You got to get up here and do this." I was kind of I'd caught me one or two, and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to sit down for a few minutes here. Things are getting kind of queasy." And so Aaron got up there and he jacked one, and he's fighting it, and we're all just giving each other, like I said, 9 kinds of hell. And Aaron's fighting this. He said, "He won't move." I said, "Give me the rod, sissy." And I got over there, and I mean, I'm winching on this. I've got rod just doubled over, and I've got it coming up, and it gets about right here. And I mean, rod is literally looked like a Snoopy pole bent over. And that thing shattered right above the reel butt, and it hit me square across the face. I mean, freaking blood coming out of my nose and stuff. And it was like everybody's pissing their pants laughing.
Did you get the fish in?
Aaron was hung up on the bottom for 5 minutes.
So I knew, or I had an idea that something wasn't right, because I mean, I'm a little guy. I'm not going to deny that one bit. But I was reefing on this fish and reeling, and I could see the line as I'm reeling. It keeps going away from me. I'm like, I'm not gaining any ground on this. And Hampton is fully wound up, yelling at me, just saying I'm a girl and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, something's not right. So then Luke, I'm like, here, take this thing. And then that's when he snapped the rod. And I'm like, well, I'm glad it wasn't me. So
yeah, that was fun. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out the motion sickness deal, because when you get out there, you're out there.
Yeah.
You don't see land forever. No. It doesn't seem like, but it was that's gonna be a cool YouTube deal. When Aaron gets it, we're gonna have to cut probably everything on it. And
the commentary is gonna be tough on it.
Yeah, but it was like, those guys are fun anyway. Like I said, the whole South Carolina group, they're just like us. We just have a blast with those guys, and they're pretty much family to us.
They said those waves were only 2 foot, but
they were bigger than 2.
It felt like 5-footers to us, but it was fun. Like I said, striper fishing was fun too. we had a great place to
Just
stay. And
the atmosphere is none other.
No, they're fun. I mean, they're just like you said, they're just a great group of people. And Chris and them, we went and got our big block sandwiches pretty much every morning and at the Quick Way. And I think Chris, we left this morning. We all went to church together. It was a Fresh Church or something. It had a really good service there. Really, it actually. I mean, we got there. It started at 9:30, and we got to Quick Way at like 9, a little after 9. By the time we ate and got over there, we was almost late, and we walked in, and there's no seats, and they're like, "Oh, there's a few up in the very front." So
They take us.
they took us direct center in front, and but it was a good service. It really talked about ups and downs in life, and I think it really resonated to fishing big time for us.
Yeah.
As far as, I mean, as far as the tournament scene, you can have such a good derb and then the next one fall off.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about, I mean, me and Aaron got to actually witness it with me, you know, winning it felt like, it seems like 10 years ago, but it was a couple of years ago. I won that tournament, and it was the next one I had the worst finish I'd ever had on elites. So being able to get those highs and lows bound down and you know, walking in a straight line, it's, you know, it's tough. And being able to do that just in life general. So it was a very good message this morning. And, you know, like we said, those people were super nice at church, like just phenomenal.
It was weird because they knew that we were not, like, we were brand new to that. And everybody knew that. They could see it. But, I mean, I felt like I'd been there 30 times. Like I was there every week, which is pretty cool. And that's how Chapin, South Carolina is, really. I mean, since the day we started going there, everybody around that area is super nice, down to earth. Yeah, it's just, and I mean, we got lucky with the group we're with because they're all in one area. You can ride golf carts, you can ride UTVs, you can jump in the truck if you want and be to everybody's house in a couple minutes.
Yeah. So,
and it's pretty sweet. And they obviously welcome Blake in with open arms. And I kind of feel bad for him because he got to see how Chapin, South Carolina is, but
sometimes,
yeah.
So, but it was fun. But now we're switching roles now. You know,
Work.
We got back to work now. It was a good off week. We had both of us had good turns to Pascatank. Looking forward to this one. This is going to be a fun derb. You know, everybody affected by the storms back home last night. Obviously, you know, thoughts are with you guys and stuff. And looks like we got a bunch of rain back home.
And it's all coming.
And it's all coming here. So Aaron normally goes with me on Wednesdays for getting content because he doesn't want to go for 3 days and set in the boat with me because he knows Monday and Tuesday are going to be very long days every time. Doesn't matter if I'm catching them or not. I put in a lot of time during the first 2 days. And the third day, normally we try to get off the water a little bit early just to be able to rig tackle and get prepared for the next day for the tournament. So he gets to go tomorrow because it's supposed to rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which I hope we get. I hope we are out there every single day of the derby anyway. But so he's going to go tomorrow, and he's going to get him a real good taste of pre-fishing hard. So this lake's it's a big lake, but it's really not. I mean, it really expands out. You can run I don't know, the shoreline here is astronomical how much space you can actually fish here. And we're kind of hitting a different time. You know, my best classic finish actually came on this pond.
Really?
When Jason won, I think we looked up, we were looking at weights. It was 22, somewhere in there.
I don't know.
Somewhere right in there, 22, we think. And
is that the last time the elites have been here?
Yeah. I think I've been here one other time prior to that. And I think Cobb won that one.
Yeah.
And I think it was about the same time.
Yeah.
But it seems like everything's a little bit ahead this year. So it's kind of, going to be interesting. I mean, this place is chock full of fish. It's got tons and tons of fish, a lot of 2 to 2.5, 3 pound fish. But you know, you got to catch that. You got to catch a good one. It's kind of like at the Pascatank. If you can catch that 4+ pounder each day to go ahead and bump that from that 15 to 17, 18 pound stringer, you can really, you know, make some hay on that. So one fish is very big here each day too. So, but it's going to be fun. I think a lot of things are going to happen. I mean, we're on a herring lake. Blake's never been to a herring lake, so it's completely different than our shad spawn lakes. But it's still a bass. You know, I mean, they still get on the certain stuff just like they do back home. He'll do well here. It's But it's going to be a fun tournament. I hope it's real fun for both of us.
Yeah, I hope so.
Get us top 50, and then hopefully shoot us, maybe get us top 10.
Now the house needs a top 10.
Yeah, now we got close. If I'd have caught one more 4-pounder the
Yeah.
other day, we'd have had one top 10.
Yeah.
But that's part of it.
We'll get there.
Well, we got somebody kicking off here to us.
Just practice for a derby, fished a derby, made the cut, drove to South Carolina, fished to make content for 5 days. On your off day, you went offshore for an 18-hour day. Today you travel to Hartwell. Tired yet?
Maybe that's why I'm yawning.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah,
It's-
we're tired.
It has been. I mean, which Chris and Anna, they are in bed by 9 o'clock every night. They have to get up at like 4 because Chris is there by 5. And I think he said when we left, we come through there a little before 12, and he gave us some bologna for big blocks this week for us. And he said he was close to 1,000 pieces of chicken he cooked this morning.
I believe he said over 1,000
Was it
already.
over 1,000?
Yeah, he was already over.
He
1,000.
and their chicken is phenomenal. Like it's some of the best fried
If you
chicken I've
guys are
had.
ever around Lake Murray, quick way.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the way to go. Big block sandwiches, chicken, you name it. I mean, that place, we roll in there before going out on Lake Murray, and it is packed every morning. Doesn't matter what day of the week. If you see a guy wound up running around Bandy Rooster, it's Chris, the owner. If he's pulling his hair out, you got the guy dialed right in. But just one of the most nicest guys you'll ever meet. Those guys, we usually stay with Brock, which is another one of our buddies. And we joke because Chris and Anna are one side of the tracks and the rest of the crew's on the other. And that's where we usually stay. And this year we stayed at Chris and Anna's, and it was totally different. I mean, it was
very quiet this year.
Yeah,
on
very
our side, so
quiet.
It was good.
Everybody was in bed by a decent time. Usually that's not the case. But we had a great time. Great place to stay. They just built a beautiful home.
Yes.
Nice pool in the background. So we stayed out there yesterday and just kind of hung out, and everyone came over and pretty much said their goodbyes. And
Nice balcony.
yeah. Blake today, he wanted to go check out my bungalow because I was staying up kind of, they have a loft. And so I stayed up there all week, and he's like, I'm going to go check that out. So he went up there, and there's like a little deck off the back. You just got a door you open, you go up the deck. There's not much of a deck at all. And he had to call me. He's like, hey, can you let me back in the house? I was like, where are you? He's like, I'm on the deck. I was like, oh, I didn't even go out on the deck, but the door locked on him. So we could have left him there and just came to Hartwell. But
yeah, I pulled my truck up next to Luke and took a Snapchat over there. And it's like, all right, that looks cool. So, all right, let's go. Door locked. God.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts coming into Hartwell?
Yeah,
Never been here, have you?
Never been, but I haven't been to none of these lakes this year. So everything's new to me. So just, I don't know. I like new fisheries. You just don't know what to expect, and just can't wait to splash the boat and take off. I think I'll like fishing this style of lake. I don't know though, but what little bit I got to fish on Murray this week, it was fun. I mean, caught fish and stuff. The herring's the big question mark for me on the unknown. But like I said,
You
we're
got
here.
3 days.
Just got
Figure
to
it
jump
out.
right in it.
And I think
And on top of that, that storm that hit home, we're gonna get to fish in the rain and try to learn new water. So just another curveball.
And I think it actually helps a lot of times coming to a new lake that you've never been to, just because you don't really have too many preconceived notions. Like I've got some waypoints on this just from that classic I fished, but none of that could play at all. It could be a different sections fire into the lake. Like I know when Jason won that year, there was, I think there's several of us guys that were kind of on that end of the lake, and it kind of just went down in it. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's, like I said, it's got a ton of water. It's just like 10 Killer, except there's not much rock, and there's way more bodocks, and it's a neat place. Like I think you'll do well at it. But everything, the main difference I have seen like in these South Carolina lakes and, anywhere really generally in this part of the world, I guess you'd say, is the fishing pressure.
Yeah.
We're at Murray all last week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there was boats fishing every single day.
Yeah.
And, back home, it's not like that. I mean, there is people, but not, it would be like going to Texoma and seeing 40 boats there every single day of the week, and then having 150 on the weekends, every day on the weekends. I think there was 2 or 3 tournaments this weekend on Murray, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There was tournaments.
Plus, you had a lot of the elite guys that, they're off
flying
for
around.
a week. We were in North Carolina coming to Hartwell. They all stopped on Murray. So, I mean, I don't know how many guys are out there, but we've seen quite a few or seen that, on their social that they were out there. So that just adds to the mix too. I mean,
that's one thing. These fish definitely know what baits are. I think they've got them dialed in of what's going on. So
they know the new stuff before we do.
Yeah, I guarantee you. That's I guess is kind of the tougher part, but there's so many fish. Like, I mean, obviously with scope and stuff like that nowadays, you can see how many are out there and how many follow your bait. And the water's clean. This water's real clean in certain parts of the lake. So they get educated and they can see what's on the bottom real quick and in a hurry. So got anybody popping any questions to us?
Are there going to be more spawners or post spawners this week, you think?
I don't. That's kind of the big question here. Murray, we were at it, and I expected to go see a bunch of beds. That's kind of what I was wanting to do. And I love to bed fish, but we don't get to do it a whole lot back home because it seems like as soon as they get on beds, it rains 12 inches like it has, and it floods and messes that up. But I didn't see very many. I caught some on beds, and I'm not the best bed fisherman, Sam. Like John Cox would have probably went down the bank and seen 25 pounders that I missed. So, I mean, there's going to be guys catch them spawning. Obviously, I think several guys, your Drew Cooks, Drew Benton, John Cox, those guys that really can see fish better than a scope, it seems like, and they'll catch them doing it. Obviously, I think, and they'll probably catch. There could be a day or two they catch a big bag. That 22 to 25 pounds here is huge.
But I think with the weather that's coming in this week, it might make that a little tougher for guys. If it actually rains every day, that's not going to play as well as you would think.
Which, we were here when Cobb won it. He caught a lot of bedfish. I was even able to catch them on beds then too. And it rained a couple of those days. And I remember one day it was cold and it rained, and they still just jack slapped them. But I think we hit one of those times that it was. I think it might have been one of the first April moons, and everything was going. I think we're missing it by about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, because
Pascagoula was good. So I think that's going to kind of hurt that some. There's a ton of fry garters at Murray.
Yeah.
So I think we could be looking at the same type deal. We went to Monticello or Monticello, however they say it. Seeing a bunch of fry garters there too. So it could be more of a post spawn. I could kind of see the weights being a little bit lower just because of that. These guys are still going to jack slap them.
Sure.
They do it every time we go anywhere. So that's going to be a thing.
We got the next one. This is a good one, it looks like. It says, Blake, any twisted T bets that you're going to beat out Palmer this one?
Twisted T bets.
Pretty much. Yeah. Are you betting any beer that you're going to do better than Luke?
Yeah, hey, we'll bet on it.
So there's not really a loser in this situation.
Yeah.
I just hope it's one of the deals like we get along so well that both of us want to do well for each other. It's not even, if Blake does better than me, I'm tickled to death for him. Or if I do, have a better tournament or something, he's tickled to death for me. So that's one thing.
Make another cut.
We just want to get paid and roll on to the next one. That's the main goal on the leads period. That's how you. Hackney told me a long time ago, and it was one of the first times I ever met him. He come. We were talking. There's that Fun and Sun boat show down in Texas to do every year, and he come up and he said, "Hey, man, it looked like you've been doing well this year, the year before, whatever." And I said, "Man, I'm just trying to make that top 50 cut, make a cut and get a little cash." And he goes, "That's what you got. That's got to be your mindset to stay on elites."
Yeah.
Obviously your chances to win are slim. I mean, not saying slim, but your opportunities for that to happen are very slim.
Everything got.
Look at Van Dam, is the greatest stick that ever been on the water for our time, and he won 30 times in 30 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Don't quote me on that on times, but so your chances of winning is tough. I've been here 7 years, and I've won one. Had opportunities to win a few of them. You just have to put your place in opportunities, and if it's God willing, you're going to win.
Absolutely.
When things line up and everything goes great, boy, it goes great when it does go great. Boy, that's a time. Hell, even a local derby, it's not easy to win a local 100%. Derby. So any chance you had to win one, it's still a good time, no matter what.
just a heads up too, as you can see, it is getting dark on us. So we probably won't run the whole hour. If we can get another 15 out of this, that's probably going to cut it off. Because we are dealing with darkness. We actually both slipped on the live today, and we all of a sudden we're like, oh my god, it's 7 o'clock. We just got done eating dinner. We got to do a live yet. So trying to crank this one out for you guys to stay relevant, stay on top of this as best we can. It's a busy schedule for the next month, really. We're at a tournament. Like I said, we got a week off here in the next month. So we're going to try and stay on pace with these because our feedback has been great on them. Obviously, not a huge following on them, but the people that are coming on, we truly appreciate you guys hanging out with us every week. So what's our next deal here?
So what's your first cast tomorrow, Blake?
Ooh,
how many falcons you got on the deck this week?
Well, we're going to start off tomorrow with 6 rods because I told Luke earlier, I said, man, I've got 6 rods ready to go. Well, I got about 30 ready to go, but 6 that I plan on getting out, and hope I can go within the first hour without breaking out the old spinning rods. It's going to be hard.
I don't know. I think I got the whole box rig with
Yeah.
stuff. Herring lakes are just so much different. I mean, you're liable to pull up and catch one point, you're liable to catch 2 or 3 on top water. The next one's liable to be a Nico rig. The next one's liable to be a drop shot or a shaky head or swim bait. When I was here in that classic, I caught a few on a jerk bait, but 90% of my fish came on 2 baits. It was a Scottsboro had just come out then for us. I threw it, and I threw a yum dinger. Yeah. I mean, I wacky rigged a yum dinger, and Mercer and them joked about me big time on that classic more than anything I've ever done. He joked on me because when I got on the Elite 7 years ago, the only spinning rod I'd used was for trout fishing at Lake Murray. And he just, gave me complete hell about it. And then here I am fishing a classic, 2 or 3 years later. And that's what I caught most of my fish on, And even when I was at St. Clair, when I had that good tournament up there, I come in second. He's giving me crap about it too.
Well, you got a big one on Grand on it too.
Yeah, I did catch a big one on Grand. Forgot about that. Yeah. So spinning rod has definitely been a big player for me. I mean, you kind of got to back off the finesse tactics anymore and be very versatile on the leads.
Oh, yeah.
Because, 2 weeks ago, we were up there throwing a covert finesse up in 6 inches water. And then this week, we're going to be throwing Zara spooks and Nico rigs and fishing. You could potentially catch fish over 60, 80 foot of water here out of standing timber.
I'm very excited about this place just to show some versatility. Hopefully, I hope.
Hopefully, yeah. No, you'll do well here. Yeah. It's one of those places you just go with. You can fish your strengths here. You can run way up a river here and fish some off-colored water, or you can stay out if you like to fish really deep. Guys are going to catch them all over the place this week, I think. So it'll be a fun live for people to watch, I think, and I just hope we're on that. Both of us are on that live sometime throughout the week.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Luke the other day. Just excited to, as much as I love flipping and pitching, I'm just happy that we're going to change it up and do something different.
Yeah. Next question, plan for the next live. I would say if we're going to plan for that, it's going to be early next week sometime. These guys got a good haul ahead of them after they finish up here. I got to fly home. So I would assume it probably won't be till Tuesday, or we might even kick it back to what we were doing on Thursday. Just let everyone get home, get situated, get everything in line for a couple days. You're going to be at the Toyota series, right?
Yep.
So, he's going to be already practicing. So I would assume we're going to shoot for next Thursday.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah.
Just shooting from the hip right now. If something changes, obviously we'll keep you guys in the loop. But like I said, it's our only week home here in the next month. So we all got a bunch of stuff going on. Luke's got to see the boy, got to see the family. I got to get home, get some things situated. Blake's got to go right to the next tournament.
6 weeks straight.
So, you still got a couple more weeks there, bud. So.
Yeah. We're about warmed up, though.
Yeah, that's right. It could be good. It could be a good month ahead. So
it could be bad.
Yeah. But other than that, I know he mentioned it before, we're staying at Hampton's mom's place. Luke and I talk about this about every trip that we take. We get blessed with the people that let us stay here. If we didn't have people like this all over the country, we would be way deep in Airbnbs. I think this year out of 9 tournaments, we're staying at 4, maybe
Something
4. It might be only 3 Airbnbs all year. So that helps obviously with these guys paying money. So we appreciate everybody pitching in, giving us a place to stay. It's always great. The food's great.
Yeah.
Keeps these guys energizing on the water.
Did we go to a restaurant all week?
I don't think we did, honestly.
That's awesome.
Chris and them cooked every night. Wonderful food.
Docs cooked the one
Docs,
night, first night.
Yeah, we had the wings. Yeah, it's been a good week. And then tonight we had this chicken casserole,
mac and cheese,
broccoli. It was good. So, it's one of them deals that, like I said, it's tough being away from home more than anything, you guys. That's the worst part about the fishing elites. I mean, the absolute worst. I mean, we get to fish phenomenal fisheries, fish against some of the greatest guys that fish, and but being away from our family is definitely brutal. Little man, hell, he's crawling all over the place, still kicking and screaming. But being away from that and seeing that part grow away is tough. I mean, but I guess that's a job we found, and hopefully get to do it for several more years. But I don't know. We still get to fish in great places. It's still it's a job, no doubt, but it is,
the people we surround ourselves with make it
not as
bearable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're gone away from family for weeks, months at a time, but it seems like everywhere we go, they make it a lot easier on us to deal with that pressure, to deal with the homesickness. You want to go, but you can't because you got to fish a tournament. So very grateful on that, but I think, as you can see, the light is fading fast here on Lake Hartwell. Like I said, we're going to try and tune in next week. I would bank on Thursday night. Hopefully, if everything works out, everybody's schedule is good. We'll try and hop on here and kick another one out on our off week before we head to Lake Fork. So we appreciate everyone hopping on. Like I said, happy Easter, everyone. We appreciate you guys taking some time out. We know it wasn't a full hour, but we did what we could. We've been busy, so we jumped on as best we could, and hope you all have a great week. Hopefully these guys have a great week fishing, and we're going to catch you guys next week back on Tourney Talk.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Let's go
guys.
get some showers and get to bed.
Yeah.